I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. Oh my goodness. So we are all familiar with the Missouri team fight by now. I think we all are, all right? And little Kaylee, who got the rings knocked out of her. Now, when I was making my jokes and saying, hey, this is what happens, you know, F around, you find out, all the same stuff that they say when it comes to black victims, whether it's George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain, the jokes and the hee-haw that they do when it comes to black victims, you do the same stuff to them, they lose their mind. Once again, fragility. But it gets even better because you know how these demons were trying to defend Kaylee. Oh my God, this is horrible. Charge the black girl with murder. Charge her as an adult. Y'all know how they were going to bat for her, just as they do all their white ignorance. They go to bat for them. Whether it's, Ashley Babbitt, they went to bat for her. Hell, you even had Trump go to bat for her. So you have to understand there is no reciprocity here. They will go to bat for their own, whether they're a criminal, whether they're innocent, and they will always try to demonize and vilify and marginalize us, whether we're innocent or not. They'll always try to spin it. Now, some new information has come out. So in my previous video that I did on her, I said that it was alleged that she had a black boyfriend, and this is the reason for this fight. Now, well, you know how the white ignorants, you know how good they are at doing background checks, okay, on people that they don't like or they want to frame in a negative light. Well, these mofos did a background check on little Kaylee, okay, and it turns out little Kaylee actually did have a black boyfriend, and just like that, all support gone, bro. I kid you not. Mofos constantly want to talk about, Lucas, you don't know what you're talking about. That's not real. That doesn't happen. Look, bro. I kid you not, as God is my witness. They are calling her a whole bunch of slurs. They are calling her like, oh, she paid the toll. Now I'm like, what? What are you talking about, pay the toll? If y'all don't know, bro, these white ignorants, these demons have created a whole lexicon in order to shame white women. That's what they've done. That's what they have done. We'll get into why, because I think Frances Welsing gets into it in her book, The ISIS Papers. But they say, oh, she paid the toll. For them, the coal toll, right? If you burn the coal, you pay the toll, which is, if you don't know, we're the coal. And the toll is any negative experience that they go through, right? So if a white woman marries a black man and and they go bankrupt or something, oh, she paid the toll, right? If they get a divorce, oh, she paid the toll. If the guy leaves her, oh, she paid the toll. Bro, they have created a fail-proof scenario where black men are always at fault. They are always at fault. It's crazy how inferior they feel to us. I wasn't aware of this level of inferiority. I did not know it existed. Listen to me, because I get, when it comes from a black American's perspective, being in this country that's constantly telling you, hey, you're bad, you're a criminal, you're poor, you're this, you're that, right? You'll never make it, you blah, blah, blah. Right? All of this stuff. I understand how you can have, a complex about that. But these people, it's almost as if they know something to be true that we don't. It's almost as if these ignorants know that they're inferior to an extent, and they don't want us to know this. Because I've never in my life come across so many white dudes disparaging a 15-year-old white girl for getting with a black guy. Now, here's the thing. It is night and day when it comes to black people and the sentiments, whether it's Dr. Umar or whatnot. That has to do with our history in this country, okay? The lineage of evil. The fact that many of them, not all, but many of them are anti-black. Many of them. Whether they got a relative, whether that's how they were brought up, there is usually some consistency when it comes to their anti-blackness. And in addition, with us building as far as empowerment for our community. That is night and day. Let me be clear. That is night and freaking day from a whole bunch of white dudes talking bad about a little girl because she's with the black guy. That's all. These are grown-ass men upset because they're calling her, it was, another one was Mud Shark. Because they think any white woman with a black man is like a bottom feeder. And it's like, if you think about this, you have to think about this. The switch up is crazy. It's insane. The switch up is insane. They went from talking about, look, this is what these monsters do, this is what these savages do, to now I don't care anymore. It's whatever now. Bro, let's break this down just a little bit further. They have created an ecosystem into shaming white women. Now, why on earth would you do that? It's not like you were slaves. It's not like, hey, you were in this country and constantly belittled and mean, it's not like your history has been bastardized. It's not like you as a collective have been constantly systemically tried to be erased from this country. That hasn't happened. So that doesn't exist. Why then would you try to shame your women from dating black men? Why? Now, the obvious answer is because you have to understand many of these dudes are incels. I don't know when this happened, but if you look into the white male suicide rate, if you look into white male loneliness, right? They're not finding spouses. They're offing themselves. When it comes to the birth rates, they're not reproducing. If you look into the white male stats, right? Because they love looking into black people's stats. I'm like, I don't understand why. Why do you care? You're not in our neighborhoods. Like, what are you going on? But if you look into their data, they are becoming non-existent. Oh. And you have to understand they are a minority on this planet. They're a minority on this planet, okay? A minority. Certain areas, they'll be the majority. But on the planet as a whole, a minority, bro, a minority. And what it seems to be happening, especially in this country, is that they are fearing extinction. Okay, and the same thing that happened back during slavery times, right? When some of the women would use the slaves, as little playthings and stuff like that. They have created essentially, like I said, an ecosystem to push forward their offspring. Okay, to make sure their survival. That's what it seems to be, because this doesn't make any sense from any other stance. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you could say, well, I just don't like black people. Sure, but there's usually a reason why. Especially for you to try and label one of your own, right? This is a white woman. Try and make her feel bad about her choices. Now, here's the thing. It comes with control. Because as long as the women stay faithful to them, stay loyal to them, well, guess what? Billy Bob, who's, 5'6", overweight, and lives in his mom's basement, he'll always have an option. As long as little Timmy, who's 6'2", but is a little special up there, right? He'll always have an option. Whether it's, little junior Timmy, who's 5'6", overweight, not good looking at all by any standard. He'll always have an option, because there will be a woman out there, a white woman out there, that will get with him simply due to the color of his skin. Bruh. Damn. This is wild, bro. This is when you go down this rabbit hole, the inferiority, it smacks you in the face. It really smacks you in the face. And looking at these comments, it's like, wow, these dudes they feel inferior to black men. It goes back into the history books as far as why they were, chopping off stuff. And it's like, y'all didn't do that to any other group except us. That's very interesting, right? And that's when you look into as far as they want to talk about IQ and everything. I'm like, that's very interesting, because in every other metric, right, that we can see, you get beat. So you try to come up with a system, a test, and then try to say, oh, look, see, you guys failed the test. You guys failed the test. This is very similar. You have to understand, this is very similar to when it came to, I believe the grandfather clause when it came to voting, where white men, they allowed them to vote because of the grandfather clause, but black men, right, they had to take tests. You had to take tests to prove that you were sufficient, mentally to vote. And for some magic reason, black people just failed at a higher rate. It's just magic, right? Just magic. Bro, it's really, really interesting. It's really, I don't know, for me it's interesting to see this level of inferiority just as blatant as it is. Because I don't think anyone else feels that way, right? Black men wouldn't feel that way. Why? A black woman don't feel that way. It's mainly goes into, once again, our history, or it comes to brainwashing, because there are many black people who have been brainwashed being into the country, who have been brainwashed due to the propaganda where they feel less than. So in order for them to compensate for that feeling of just emptiness, they compensate by getting, someone that they feel who has been told to them by the country is superior, is the greatest thing, is the trophy. So that's a different headspace than these white men, right? These white ignorants who are just they're not even demons, because they're not demons. They're just sad. What I tell y'all, it has to do with competition. It always has to deal with competition. Always. Whether it comes to economic competition, when it comes to education, look at what they did to how they set up the systems, the school system. Competition. When it comes to even sexual competition, it always has to deal with competition. And they seem to be aware that we are superior in every metric. I'm not saying that. I'm extrapolating that based off of their behavior and their words. Okay, let me just be clear. I don't want to hear black supremacists or no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying based off of how these group of people have behaved, the laws that they have instilled, the beliefs that they have codified throughout time, it gives a sense of inferiority, a sense of fear about a group of people that they believe to be superior. That's just me. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not you believe Lucas, that's hogwash, okay? They just don't like black people, okay? She deserved what she got because she was with the black guy. Or if you believe, sure, absolutely. Whatever helps you sleep at night. I don't know, whatever helps you get about your day. But one day, you're going to have to face that insecurity, that deep-rooted inferiority that you have with black people. That's got to be a sad existence. Now everything else makes sense. Now, it makes sense why they're so evil. Because, if you're constantly in a state of fear and in, inferiority about another group of people, yeah, you're probably going to want to, dot your I's and cross your T's, because at any moment in time, you could become extinct. If you happen to disagree, you're more than welcome to call in during disagreement days, which are typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Either or, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think. Man, it's got to be a sad state of existence. Share and subscribe and that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. They're not demons. They're just sad.